Alright guys, so for when I cut my hair, it's blow dried right now. Nobody asked, it's not the point. No time to make jokes for real, because this is actually, it's not serious, but it's serious. I've been wanting to talk about this for the longest. I've written so many notes about it. I've tried to create a video. Matter of fact, I was wearing this shirt when I tried to create that video. Nonetheless, it's about time I get to it. Quit watching porn. It's that simple. Before trying to create this video, I guess I was trying to make it pretty and be nice and kind, and I'm being nice and kind now, but also have to just be straightforward. Quit watching porn. And of course, you know, I wrote something. So porn is desensitizing you, perverting you, and creating mental illness. Not only did I research 12 articles that were peer-reviewed, I know what I'm talking about because of real life experiences with real people. Many people are victimized by people who are overtaken by their lustful desires. Love and sex are beautiful, but Satan has found a way to scrutinize and pervert something that is sacred and powerful. When you indulge in porn, you're creating a bond between you and the screen. You will literally have performance issues, and sometimes people aren't even intrigued in the average body or intercourse because they're too used to observing obscene imagery. Studies show that engaging in porn has direct links to increased violence in partnerships, marital dissatisfaction, and overall mental illnesses, increased depression, anxiety. There's other things including self-esteem issues and sexual dysfunction. First of all, I hate to say this, it's kind of odd. It's weird when you really take a look at it. It's weird. That's why you feel disgusted. And so, like I said, when people do engage in that, their desires are taken over. And so now you're with real people, or you have an experience where you're with a real person. Now you can't perform properly, or you're having issues because you're so used to doing XYZ. Honestly, I feel like I said everything in that. What more else is there to say? It's ruining people and their mind and the concept of what sex really is. Stop watching porn. It's not doing anything beneficial for you, honestly. You feel disgusted when you're done watching it, and you hate that you even watch it. It's a continuous cycle, so stop putting yourself through that cycle. And obviously it's easier than stop. It's a neurological thing. When you create habits, you know, and it's an addiction. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So, and it takes progress to break any type of addiction. But the thing is, and this is based on research as well, porn is more toxic because not only, well, at least online porn is more toxic because not only is it a sexual addiction, but it's also an internet addiction. So that creates like double the damage in a sense. If you have the mind to stop and you have the heart to stop, or maybe this is your sign to stop. And this is not even just westernized, this is global. I did research, like I said, and it was beyond just here in America. Do people want to hear about this topic? Am I being insensitive? Is this too much? Am I going to get canceled? But the thing is, I'm here to tell the truth, and the truth is it's not any good for you. It's just not. For one, if we're just going to look at science, like I've been mentioning the whole time, it's damaging. Then think about how it is damaging you physically, emotionally, spiritually, because now you feel further and further apart from the Lord. You're like, oh, I don't feel good enough, or you're trying to hide in shame. But the thing is, God knows. He knows what we struggle with. Another thing, just to mention the screen connection, because someone's like, how is that connecting me to the screen? Well, your brain doesn't recognize that that person's not real because you're doing your thing. And so I'm trying to be appropriate for YouTube. You're doing your thing, and now when you release, it's making a connection just like you would with an actual human. That's why, for one, you shouldn't really be connecting with actual humans just because of a lustful desire. But at the same time, when you do that with your screen, so some people are chronically addicted to watching porn, and other people watch porn and now they want to go act out certain things. That's why we have violence in certain relationships. People want to recreate porn instead of creating an experience of their own. And that's dangerous because at that point you're not even connecting to the person. I mean, you are, but subconsciously you're connecting to the person, but you don't understand the value of connecting to that person. So then it's on to the next and on to the next, on to the next, which creates soul ties, as we've all probably heard before. And I know not everyone believes in soul ties, but they believe in you. It's just that simple. It's a real thing. And what I'm getting at is that even anytime you have some sort of dopamine release, honestly, your brain is creating a connection, or even an addiction in a sense. Not an addiction, but more like dependency, or creating a liking to that. They tell you not to tamper with this or that because it'll lead to the next thing, which, you know, some people do have self-control, but sometimes it can catch you right off guard. But that's not the point. The point really is that our desires are very, very strong, very, very strong. And I want to say that lust is the reason why I know that lust and sex is one of the #1 ways Satan tries to distract our society, is because look at what's on TV, look at the music, listen to the music, look at the movies, look at everything. Compare back to so-and-so time and how they subtly increase that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being free and liberated sexually, but there's also such thing as having morals and boundaries and respect, because it's beyond being sexually free. Some people take that and they run with it. You give the devil an inch, he's gonna take a mile, you know what I'm saying? Or even a few more, 10 more miles. And then we have these things like revenge porn, and we have children being exploited. And no one in the world can tell me that it's sane for anyone to be like, oh, let me go watch this topic about stepdaughter and stepfather, a cute petite little girl dressed up like a schoolgirl. That stuff gets into people's head, and now they're fantasizing and they're perverted and they're over-sexualizing actual just innocent little schoolgirls or little stepsisters and stepbrothers. My point is, that's not right. That's not right. Sure, on the internet, anything goes, but we have to understand that's virtual reality. This is real reality. This is the real world. And people need to take a step back from the internet and honestly take a step back from all of that. Practice self-control, practice discipline. That goes into the fruit of the spirits, as I mentioned before. But I'm going to end the video here. I may or may not even dive in this topic again. I don't want to make it too long. Just think on that. And God bless anybody who's struggling. You know, prayers to you. God bless you. And don't forget, God's grace is bigger than our sin. That doesn't mean abuse his grace, but it does mean don't walk in shame, that whatever you go through, you will overcome. God bless you. I love you. And the Lord loves you way more than I ever will.